I'm addressing the broken and abused, the users and the used. I'm addressing the fake smiles, the long miles you've traveled, attempting to escape the fate of physical, emotional, spiritual starvation for heaven's sake. I'm addressing the girl who's been bruised, who is black and blue, the one who lost a child and has no clue why. The girl taken advantage of and pressed upon, berated and belittled, the lonely wife who feels empty inside, devoid of intimacy, attempting to hide. The girl on the dance floor, high heels, no feels, no pride, no self-worth, to the one who follows the man backstage, offstage, back home from street corner to corner, from back alleys to strange cars to Death Valley, a dying star. The drugs that you snort, you shoot, the love that you court, no fruit. The point is forever mute, and you can't dispute that you need a savior. We all need a savior, and your worth lies in nothing you can find, in the drugs, in the sex, in the hangovers and leftovers, the one-night stands or unwelcomed hands. Traveling these bad lands has put many miles on your feet, but you're in the same place you've always been, and you've logged no distance for the win. Only exhaustion for the race you wouldn't begin. Or maybe you started but couldn't complete. You got sucked back in by the old friends and memories, old songs and symphonies, old flames and activities, old places and facilities. But you're my girl, and there's a crown waiting for you, a white gown. After every letdown, meltdown, knockdown, all out, drag out, roundabout, wrong turn, downturn, crash and burn, I still yearn for you. Every moment, every day, in every single possible and impossible way. You are my girl. I'm addressing the girl who can't find her place, who is attempting to track, to trace where she fits in and where she belongs, where it all went wrong. To the girl who doesn't feel accomplished or wanted, who feels undesired and haunted. An old love is a thorn in the side that continues to bleed, and the purity of the bride begins to diminish under ill-planted seed. There are all these things growing in your heart, tearing you apart. You may not be a gardener, but girl, it's time to start. Time to start digging. Time to start pruning and stop swooning. Stop tuning in to the same stations in your head that broadcast you're dead. You've been misled. You've misread, misheard. It's absurd. There is but one voice to hear, one voice to follow, one voice that's clear. No confusion, no delusion. There is but one conclusion. You are loved. And you can't see it because you're looking for it in all the wrong places and all the wrong faces. Your husband is not your source of joy, and you'll never find happiness in a boy. Or a girl, for that matter. I hate that I have to say that, but it seems to be common practice to bat for the other team when you've got a losing record, and everything is bursting at the seams. And mainstream media will tell you I'm extreme, a hate monger, an insensitive, outdated, ill-fated fairy tale, show and tell, archaic script, flawed scroll, but it's the only way to save your soul, and it's very explicit and very specific. I'm addressing the preacher's daughter, who grew up confined, who when you got the chance jumped at the first sign of romance, the girl who went a little wild when it didn't work out, who is yet to reconcile, the prodigal child, out on the prowl, running the streets, working where you can, going from man to man. But the word is in your heart, and it will not return void. No matter how you try to avoid, to run from the call, to stall the inevitable fall, the rock-bottom wall, to the single mother working several jobs trying to get through school. But she feels like the fool, like she let her children down. Like nothing she does is ever enough, and all this stuff piles up and it riles up the old lifestyle. One night would be worth a while to take the edge away. One last smoke, one last drink. Probation revoked, incarceration, devastation, and the child is in the system, and you're unable to be with them, and the very thing that you were trying to stop, you've now allowed to set up shop. But you're still my girl, and there's a crown waiting for you, a white gown. After every letdown, meltdown, knockdown, all-out, drag-out, roundabout, wrong turn, downturn, crash and burn, I still yearn for you. Every moment, every day, in every single possible and impossible way. You are my girl. Well, I'm not the type of man who gives only to get, who treats you so that you will treat me. You see, I'm the only man whose love requires nothing. I desire you on the mountain and in the valley, in the restaurant and in the alley. Just seek me. Just seek me, and the rest will come, my love. Seek me, and the rest will come. My girl, the feast is prepared, the tables are set, the guests are invited. This is our duet, so come to me, let's make it grand. I'll light the candles and start the band. Come to me, dance with me, spin around and twirl. Because you are my girl.